penis joke.
Do-do-do-do.
Wrecked him, damn near killed him.
Jesus Christ!
Should you say?
Welcome back, everybody. I'm Nerd Hala. We are playing Efferia Unshattered.
Hi, Nerdhara.
Hi.
And the black sheep has already broke the DM.
Yes, they have.
We are winning this session.
When last we met, you guys had just survived an encounter with some deadly creatures, including a couple of Ankh eggs, trying to save the oasis fish. A wondrous creature that somehow produces holy water and travels through the desert. You met with some members of the Foo Fighters and helped them in their quest to protect said oasis fish. In traveling back, you guys were caught in a sandstorm and were attacked by bandits with hyenas. I had to remember what animal it was. With giant hyenas. You then returned to the caravan tavern and to pick up Doc and Andrew, and we're getting ready to then head to Orthad. You guys have camped for the night, and we will go ahead and pick up there.
Oh, we also found the note and stuff of the betrayal.
Oh, that's right. Uldren did find a note.
Yeah.
Yes. The stay out of it for your own good. Outlook grim. Yeah.
As if that's gonna fucking work. Come on. That's the classic don't look down, you know?
That'll teach him I can't read!
What is this, an episode of Arthur?
Oh.
There's a deep cut for you.
Thanks. Make me feel old, because that came out when I was in, like, high school or college.
My back.
Yeah. My back hurts in the process. Alright. Uldren, do you want to go ahead and pick up with it, explaining this note that you found to the rest of the party?
Sure. I'm just gonna, I guess, actually pull out the note and kind of hand it over to the group, like whoever wants to take it. Just.
What language is it?
Well.
It was in halfling.
Yeah, so that's a big thing. I can't read this.
Well, it seems like my contact has been very generous in letting us know not to look further into the attack we were just under earlier.
Seems a tad backhanded, doesn't it?
Well, either he's even more dumb than he looks, or this is a trap because he expects me not to listen to his advice.
And if I were guilty of something and someone told me, hey, don't worry about it, or I was telling them, hey, don't worry about it, I mean, that makes sense.
I'm with you. I think he's goading you on.
Yes, exactly. I mean, that letter would have only been left with the assumption that then you survived the attack.
Right. Which is just... makes me think this is some kind of trap if we look further into it, which I mean, let's be honest, we're probably going to, right?
Well,
I mean,
if they send bandits after you, I imagine setting a trap for your eventual pursuit is inevitable.
or maybe they knew we were going to survive, and it's a reverse psychology. And they really just want us to leave it alone.
I don't want to underestimate a potential enemy, but I don't think he's that smart.
Nope, this makes perfect sense. Those bandits clearly had the note in case we defeated them, so that then we would see the note and not look further into it.
Boris, the note was found at the Caravan Tavern, not after the attack. It was technically after the attack, but not on the bandits.
Yeah, that makes perfect sense. So we beat the bandits, and then them shaking in their boots, knowing that we're coming for them, just like, you know what? Why don't you go ahead on your main mission? No, don't worry about us. You know, we're powerful wizards and stuff, and scary, and that gets us to leave them alone. No,
Ooh, powerful!
don't look behind the curtain. Really, it's just a short little guy.
Was he in the area we were going to?
Well, he was at the tavern, but
But I mean, isn't he from the area that we're going to?
Yeah, he's from the city, right?
well, I met him not quite in the city itself, but close enough to it, so chances are he will be in Orthad, anor.
Are they potentially connected to these shadow brokers?
Well, to put it plainly, we met in prison, so most likely.
If we just continue on our current path, how likely is it that we might encounter them again?
Well, in my experience, if someone tries to kill you once, they'll try again until you're actually dead, so pretty likely, I would say.
Natural consequences being what they are and everything, if they attack us, then our reaction would be probably much the same as it was the last time they attacked us.
Well, I tend to agree with Uldren for most of this. It seems to be a poor choice to not at least keep tabs on people that would send others after us. Perhaps if we at least try to pursue information on these shadow brokers as we get closer to Orthad, we might find some information for them as well.
So you're saying we should look into it a little bit?
Enough to at least know.
Not too openly.
No. Perhaps that was the mistake to start. Perhaps you being too direct is what guided their hand.
Probably yes.
Yep, we've got
I
an
don't know
old
what that
druid
means, though.
studying about kicking hornets' nests.
Well, what did you ask them about in the first place that might have been kicking a hornet's nest?
Just check my notes again real quick so I can make sure I'm not.
You know,
Bullshit.
just assassinating the queen, basic conversational stuff, you know?
Yeah. Like, Dustin's honestly just sitting here just going, like, why did they want to kill us again?
Right. I reached out to get some information about Kristen's sister, who was taken by the White Court.
Ooh.
Could that have been the cue?
Well,
Maybe they want us to leave the sister alone?
The White Court specifically would be more the target in that one, not the sister.
Less damsel in
Yeah.
distress, more.
Well, it would be the people that had procured the sister, trying to throw off any pursuit into the matter.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised if Naiman volunteered for that job.
Well, then perhaps that is the most sensible answer. So maybe
Now I'm
our
curious.
answers will be naturally in our path once we pursue that a bit more. Maybe that was the entire thing, working for that group. That's why they don't want you to pursue it more. But the attacks will only increase.
Well, then how do we get this target off our backs?
Well, there's two options I could see. Either we stop looking for a way to get his sister out of trouble, which I don't think that would really get us in the good favors of the family, or we take out the White Court.
Well, it's also that ignoring a dying man's wish.
How do they know that we're even interested in helping out the sister? Since, as far as everyone else would be aware, we're just transporting his body back to his people.
Well, it was most likely because I reached out to Naiman and he
Reach out to
probably.
Nymer?
Not Nymorn, Nyman, like Simon with an N.
So, okay.
Hmm.
Wenrish is still gonna flinch at the same sounding. Oh. Okay, so you reached out to someone, and that's how they know that we are interested in perhaps meddling in the White Court's affairs. Okay.
Right. My guess is he volunteered information to them and then volunteered to take care of the problem. I'm
I'm
fully open to suggestions on how to handle this.
Information
no.
back to your person that says that we're okay with letting it go, and then just don't worry about it until we get back to his people to get more information from them.
Well, I guess the real question on that one is, how good are we at letting things go?
Well,
How
obviously,
likely
we
is
won't.
it that they'll hold a grudge?
I'm not good at letting things go because they attacked us. I'm of the persuasion to just kill everyone. However, my years of travel with my dear friend Arapsis here have taught me that I should have a little bit of patience. So, we should definitely keep tabs on things. And if they just happen to come across us in our travels, then we smash them.
Yeah, live to fight another day, right?
Wise
Hopefully
words.
party and drink our lives and just have fun. Let's smash it when needed. How this works.
So there is something to be said about whittling down their forces with scattered attacks instead of letting them gather and wait.
Well,
Agreed. We just have to make sure that we're not seen doing it ourselves.
we also are assuming that our desires are in conflict. These are people who don't know us, or simply we are merely wandering in at this point. So we really can't make a judgment as far as what anybody's motivations are yet. Merely at this point, they are people in power attempting to swat people sticking their noses into it. Nothing more.
Seems to be kind of status quo for people in power.
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately so, but I mean, for that matter of fact, we come from a group that would probably do the same.
That's true.
Which is why the head exploding machine should definitely go in the river.
No, that's your
No.
future battle armor.
I've resigned myself to the fact that we're not throwing it in the river. The river feels so long ago now.
The
Way
more
past the
things we
river.
find, the more
Here's-
opportunity you have for throwing things in the river, though.
We've been traveling a savannah. I haven't seen a river in days.
I promise you, I would have put that bandit in the river.
Just want to get out of the desert. I'm used to the aquifers of home.
Mm.
But
If
if
you
you
wander
hadn't
up-
left home, you never would have found your axolotl friend.
That is true.
Didn't the last bandit wander in the vague direction of a cliff?
See, there's hope.
Maybe there was a river at the bottom of it.
Maybe. We can only hope.
Alright, as you guys are having this conversation, I would like a group perception check.
I'm feeling perceptive.
Uldren is just deep in thought.
Yup.
We're thinking about that cliff.
How
Unrush
high do you
perception?
have been?
You know
Oh, there
what?
we go.
That's just a D20 perception. Do I add my perception to it?
Yes.
Yeah, I have a 0, so it doesn't matter. It's still a 10.
Be worse.
Alright, well, it's not being very stealthy,
a
so
7.
you hear a rustling coming from the inside of your supply tent. All of you.
Well, I suppose that he could have wandered off into a cliff. Hey, there's a sound coming from our supply tent. I'm gonna.
Probably raccoons.
Zedis
try
just
and
had
sneak up, or do
their
we just
dagger out.
rush it?
I'm getting my bow ready, just in case.
No, I'm gonna fire a blind shot through like the open canopy of it. Not trying to hurt anything, but trying to very purposefully fire a warning shot through it.
You hear a screech and a stronger rustling, like something's trying to escape out of the tent.
Wenrish is just going to take 2 of the cooking pots and go to the back of the tent and just bang them together really loudly.
I'm gonna step out of the light to be in darkness and just vanish and circle around to cover Winwish.
It's
Alright.
probably just some vermin.
Out of the tent runs. Oop, let me shrink it. It should be smaller.
Is that a
Yeah.
Pokemon or a pal?
Yes.
It's a Digimon.
Runs
What
a
in the
creature.
hell?
It stops wide-eyed, looks at all of you, and then runs at Boars.
Uh-oh.
Do I know what kind of creature this is?
Roll me nature.
Yeah.
This is a pseudodragon.
Oh.
I'm sorry,
Not
fairy
quite.
dragon.
Oh. Okay.
And it runs at Boars, and it's like, Finn! Finn! And runs up and
What
just
are
like
you,
climbs
little
and
buddy?
attaches itself to Boars.
Well, hello there, little friend.
I found you!
Yep, you sure did.
Why did you leave me?
Who are you again?
But it's me, Chidanatrix.
Shadranatrix.
Got the accent.
Oh! That's right! You're my pet dragon! Now I'm
You
glad to see
forgot
you
about
again!
me. How could I'm your best friend. How could you forget me?
What with the what now?
You have a dragon?
You have more than just good berries?
Hold on.
You haven't been feeding your pet?
Uldren's gonna relax, but still keep a look around. Just
I'm gonna
be on
focus
watch.
on my druid craft. That's right! I was granted a fairy dragon from the Fae to help me with my memory problems. Sort of a companion animal.
It's to help you with your memory problem. Got it?
Yep.
So, does it record your memories?
Not particularly. I think Trodonatrix. Are you supposed to? I can't remember the details of our Fey Pact because it has to do with my memory, but you're supposed to help me remember things that I can't remember because of my Fey Pact with my memory. Am I remembering that right?
I think so.
Cool. Me too. Well,
I've been following you for so long, trying to catch up, but my little legs and I can't fly very fast.
good thing we stopped to camp and doubled back on the way we came. Otherwise, you probably never would have caught up with us. Well, friends, this is Trix. I think that's how you pronounce your name.
You can call me Chad.
I'm sorry, did you say Chad?
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure. For the notes.
Uh-huh.
For the notes.
Can I call you Trix instead?
Sure. Who are you?
How about?
Why are you people with boars?
Yeah, who are you people? Why are you with me?
Is this a side effect of all that tea he drinks?
I think it might be the mushrooms.
Oh?
With the good berries. Oh?
Side
Anyway.
effect of the berries.
Oh, they're part of the resistance. I'm not entirely sure what we're resisting, but they let me live at their camp and garden there, and now I'm helping them bring a elf's dead body to. Well, I think we were supposed to be going to the city, but we already been to the city, and yeah, that's about all I remember. Hey, what happened to that elf's dead body we used to have?
What? Dead body?
Oh,
I thought we got. Did we pick up stuff when we got the note and everything?
Yes. Pretend that Doc and Andrew are sleeping elsewhere.
oh, they've got
Dead bodies
the body
over there.
Oh, that's right.
Boars, what did you
Goodness
do?
me. I had nothing to do with blowing up the elf's head. This time. Probably. This wasn't my fault, right?
I'm not entirely sure.
Definitely.
Have you meditated
Not
today?
your fault.
Did you take your good berry?
Do dragons eat good berries?
I don't
Wait,
want a
Chad.
good berry. He needs to take his good berry.
Chad, is this how you remind him of things he forgets?
Uh-huh. I'm like a self-care companion. Make sure he takes
Would you
care of
say that you
himself.
provide emotional? Would you say that
What?
you provide emotional support as well?
Sure.
I love that. Arapsis, you're better at introducing us than I am, by all means.
I don't
No
know
tricks
how
about
to talk
us.
to suit. I don't. This one's new for me.
You talk to him like any other thing that you talk to. I don't see the problem.
All right.
Just a
You see
dragon.
Arapsis go into this grand gestured bow because the only Fae he's used to dealing with is High Court.
Chad bows its head. Kind of dips its head in response. Hi!
Greetings, representative of the Summer Court. We find ourselves as wanderers here on the plain. I am Arapsis of the Vine. I believe I know a different representative of yours. This is Zetish. Her fury helps us along the way.
So just
Hello!
waves with the dagger in their hand.
You look dangerous.
Appropriately so. But I'm real good fun, I promise. Just when I'm provoked, then I'm dangerous.
Oh, okay, so is that it? Or that's our party?
Well, I guess if I'm doing everyone, fine. Wenrish there is very
Poison.
good at, well, destroying things with fire, but they are still afraid of their power, so you don't have to worry about them extending it too much. Dustin here, my loud, clanky friend, is
Clink, clink.
really learning their powers through, but they're handy with a blade.
You're shiny.
Yeah, it takes a lot of time and polish. But you gotta take pride in something, right?
Yee.
And, well, the quiet one that's only talking from the shadows there is Uldren. They have a special set of skills, and seem to know quite a few people, so they're quite resourceful.
I'm gonna step out of the shadows and just literally appear.
Ah! Where'd you come from?
The real question is, where did I go?
Uldren's a real sociable type.
That's
looks like
one
it.
way to put it.
I believe that's all of us, besides, well, boars that you already know.
Yee. Boris, do you need to calm down? You look upset.
Do
And
a
he
little.
breathes in your face. I'd like you to make a wisdom save.
I'm good at doing those.
No effect, but you now vaguely remember Chad having done this before, and it sometimes having a euphoric effect.
What does it smell like?
Roses.
What does it smell like?
Roses and bubblegum.
Oh, I think it has a euphoric effect nonetheless.
Well, that's
Just-
better than it can be.
Oh, Chajanatrix, I missed you.
I missed
I
you too,
vaguely
Boris.
remember missing you.
I've been so alone. Things keep trying to eat me.
That when
We've
Rush
been
hides the
separated.
pots.
Was
So-
it before I got to the snake cave? Do you remember the snake cave, Chajanatrix?
Well, I followed you there, but you weren't there. You were gone by the time I got there.
Explains it.
So he just
Uh,
Chad just breathes on you, and this is how he reminds you of who you really are.
this is how he reminds me of what I really am.
Is it not like you to say sorry?
It definitely is not like me to say sorry. I can tell you that for certain. That's one thing I remember. I never apologize for. No, wait, that's not true at all. I definitely apologize for things. I'm a very compassionate person.
Yeah, you're a good guy, Boris. You just
Thanks
gotta
for
remember that
reminding me.
sometime and quit getting lost in the forest.
Thanks
You
for
like to
reminding
wander
me.
off and forget where you're at.
But actually, where are we?
But actually, where are we?
Did the desert? Let me go to the big map and I'll point out where you guys are.
Somewhere on our way to Orthad.
Slowly getting there.
Oop, I gotta zoom out. Okay, you guys are about here. Okay, you guys were coming for the north, so you guys are about there.
Shift click.
Hey, I just remembered that I was going to suggest that we enter Orthad from the north gate, other than the west.
Is that like the front door?
Well, it's more that if we enter through the west or south gate, we're going to be walking right in front of the Shepherd headquarters.
Oh,
That
It's
doesn't sound
probably
good.
best that we don't, do that.
Yeah, definitely a good idea to try and kind of like keep out of the limelight.
is this where we're dropping off the body of the elf?
Well, the city, yes, but not at the Shepherds, I would imagine. And I kind of glance towards, like, the sleeping, traveling party with us. Which is kind of like, well, they're sleeping, so we're not gonna get an answer right now.
Which gate do the does the escort want? I mean, which gate would they normally go in?
Which gate do escorts normally go through?
Would I
Well,
remember
that's
that? Because it's been a long while since I've been in Orthad.
They would most likely go through the northern gate since that would be closest to the House of the High Chair.
They would most likely go through the north gate because that is closest to the House of the High Chair.
And we should probably go with what they'd normally go with. That way, we wouldn't arouse suspicion. Maybe, just keep a low profile. Come in with them as if we're just helping to guard.
Right.
That's what.
Are we going on an adventure?
We're just gonna have to
We
blend
already
in and
are.
act natural.
Is it an adventure if we're just trying to get killed the entire time?
In my general experience, every adventure seems to be along the lines of, "Will we survive this?"
Life is the real
That's just
adventure.
living life.
So, to put it bluntly, since I'm not quite sure in what other words to put it, you two are especially gonna have to keep a low profile, and I point to Zetish and Arabsis. Tieflings are not very welcome in Orthad.
I'm gonna look over at Arapsis with a raised eyebrow.
I've got flowers growing out of my hair.
Yeah,
Snaps off a
that.
rose from the head and just kind of holds it out.
I'm not sure that works as low profile, but might help at this point. Fuck off, Alexa. I didn't say anything to you.
The seventh player.
Fuck.
Alexa, play Bohemian Rhapsody. No, I'm kidding.
Hell.
How to know who has it on speakers and who doesn't.
And
Cancel.
this is why I always have a headset. Oh yeah.
Damn!
We can just
Gotcha.
Yes. Oh.
Glorious.
How to fuck with your players
good.
101.
This is so sad. Echo, play Despacito.
No.
Echo, lights pink.
Didn't hear you that time.
Ha
Haha.
Anyway. Alright, so what is the plan from here? Are you guys gonna head, take a long rest, sleep the night, and then leave in the morning, or do you guys want to wake up your companions and leave at night?
I think a long rest could be good, because we didn't have one since the fight, right?
Correct.
I think we could all use a good night's sleep.
Yeah.
And honestly, probably less suspicious to enter during the day when other people are going in.
Mm-hmm.
Probably going to be on the lookout for weird people showing up in the middle of the night.
Yeah. I don't know about the other casters, but I'm tapped out.
Yeah, that sounds like a rough problem to have.
It is.
Chad curls up on Boar's chest and just snuggles in like a
Aw.
cat and falls asleep.
That's adorable.
Alright. The night passes uneventfully. You all wake in the morning. Doc and Andrew are making breakfast. They found some cacti that they're grilling, essentially. You guys want some breakfast? Anybody hungry?
I think Uldren probably spent the night kind of meditating and keeping watch on the rock over there.
Okay.
This force of habit of looking out.
I had to zoom way out to figure out where you went for a second. I just and Uldren disappeared.
I disappeared in the shadows.
Gone.
John Cena! Pew, 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 pew.
Oh my god. Yes. That's now my head canon for Uldren.
We know what's under the helmet now.
Cena?
I'll just slide back down and for breakfast.
Wait, does Uldren wear a helmet?
A hood most of the time.
Somebody said helmet, and I'm like, wait, are you just secretly Peacemaker and we didn't know it?
I missed it. Apologies.
I use bigger arrows because they do more damage.
Well, some things you guys should know about the City of Light as the City of Sunlight as we prepare to move to Orthad. Citrini, the leader, she holds the high chair. Now, she is a wise woman and not taken to tomfoolery as you would.
Is that Citrina or Zitrina?
Citrini. I will put it in roll 20.
Not even close.
It's all Greek to me, but
I went with I's and they were all E's.
Exactly.
Now, she is a wise woman, and, like I said, not taken to dealing with tomfoolery. She will be grateful that you are returning Tristan. However, his mother, Justine, she is a mysterious woman of known for great prophecy. And honestly, the woman kind of scares me a bit. She seems to always know more than she lets on. But it's
She's
not to
Noah
say
kind.
that she can't be reasoned with. Now, I will be heading directly for the university, but here, and he hands you a letter. Give this to Citrini. She will, and I will introduce you when we reach the city. Close. Hold on.
Okay, I have it with an E, not an I in my notes from where you told us the first time.
Oh,
I'm just fucking around and putting my E's and everything now.
Jolene. Yes, it's Jolene.
Wait, I have it with both. What the fuck? I have it with an E and I have it with an I.
Hold
What
on,
the
let me
hell is
triple
going on?
check my notes. Nope, it's
I'm just
with
gonna
an
spell
I.
everything with E's now all
Okay.
the time.
Yep. Just every name is now with an I. Every I is an E.
Now, the House of the High Chair is in the northwest quadrant of Orthadnor. You can find her at the House of the High Chair. Just be sure to show the guards this letter, and they'll let you in to see her. She is expecting you. I've written ahead.
But shouldn't she be expecting us if she can see everything?
Well,
Apparently
Justine
she can't see
probably
an army of
expected.
vampires walking on her city, so...
Well.
If she's such a powerful seer of fortunes, couldn't she have foretold all of the misfortunes that were about to befall us?
Well, generally her prophecies are a little bit more nuanced and sometimes a little vague. But she has yet to be wrong.
Yeah, if you make your prophecies vague enough, you're almost always right.
Right.
Well, after we're done eating, shall we head out?
Oh, I gotta do something real quick first. Focus on my druid craft to know the weather for the next 24 hours.
All right. It is to be hot and sunny with clear skies.
In the desert, no way. Awesome. Thank you for letting me know.
You're welcome.
Gonna be a scorcher.
It's gonna be a warm gun, guys.
Is it gonna be Aganazel's Scorcher?
Oh.
It's an appropriate time to use the soundboard. Go ahead.
Womp womp.
Exactly.
What? Did you mean...
Yeah, that one too. But seriously, just what the you guys?
Oh fuck, I didn't know we were PG now. Shit. Balls.
Oh no, we're definitely not.
We'll say, well, I'm the fuck out.
Fuck you, fuck you, fuck you, you're cool, fuck you.
And I'm out.
Hold the fuck up. It's me. Please hold me.
Alright, you guys leave your campsite for the day and start heading into Orthad, and we will go ahead and transition to travel goes fairly uneventfully. However, when you reach the city gates, the map might take a moment to load because it's ginormous. Let me get over to where you are. Map, quit doing things to me. Okay, you guys are up here. How are you approaching? Like, Zedish and Arapsis, you've been warned that tieflings are unwelcome generally in Orthad. Are you doing anything to hide your tiefling nature?
So Zedish is going to be using their bedroll as like a cape type thing. Like they've got a little custom feature where they have a hood inside of their little bedroll so that they can wear it. It's like a hoodie.
Okay.
Quick
Oh,
question
yeah, disguises.
about the gates and such. Would I know if they have any kind of like anti-illusion magic or anti-magic stuff going on?
Not at the gate, not at the city gates, no.
Okay. So just as we approach, I'm going to cast Disguise Self on myself and look like one of the guards that's with us.
Okay.
Just because I don't have a very good track record with the city guards. I don't want to cause some issues as we're getting there.
I'm going to dress down. Traveler's clothes, a cloak.
Alright.
I don't even know if I have one.
Let me put Chad back on here. Hold on. Make him tiny.
If it makes you feel better, Arapsis, you still make this look fabulous.
I do appreciate it. I only keep these for, well, we'll say a bit close-minded villagers.
Yes, we have ran into a few of those in our time.
All right. Doc and Andrew split off from you, head towards the university district, and the guards that were with you start leading you to the House of the High Chair. I would say yes, Wenrish.
Okay, I don't have one, but if someone had a healing kit, you know, just make it look like you were burned. Up your face and hands.
I can make you look like something else.
I don't think I have one of those either.
You want to look like a bunny? Or maybe like me?
I think it's going to take quite a bit more gauze than that.
I mean, you know, just to look like a burn.
Well, unfortunately, we find ourselves a little unprepared as far as disguises go for this time. Perhaps we can find things to improve on that while we're here.
Good.
Alright, you arrive to the north gate of the city. The guards start leading you down towards... Hold on, let me zoom out and I will ping. The entrance down here is the entrance to the House of the High Chair, which is straight south from where you are. Are you going to go directly there, or did you want to go anywhere else first?
I think it's probably better, like, Uldren would say that it's probably better if we get this done, so that that's out of the way.
Should I get a better disguise first? Or are we happy with this?
Maybe if we go straight there, they can offer us a disguise.
We
Does it
are
work?
rendering them service.
I don't know how well they take to us wandering around town with the body of their loved one.
I mean, he's in a box. It's not like we're carrying him over our shoulders or something.
We're not exactly a funeral procession.
There are still guards, Sun Elf guards with you that are handling the body.
Mhm.
So they start heading south towards the House of the High Chair.
Well, I mean, we can just get this over with. I'm good at talking my way out of my looks.
And when talking doesn't work, we can smash.
But, I mean, come on, I don't look so readily apparent this way.
Uldren, you notice the city seems quieter than you remember. Orthad is typically a city hustling and bustling, full of people and life, and yet it's quiet. You don't see many people on the streets. And those you do see seem to be going inside and locking their doors.
I'm gonna kind of lean towards the group and be like, something's off. It shouldn't be this quiet.
Well, yes, I'm dressed this way. It's very off.
That too, yes. But the city is supposed to be busier than this.
Yeah,
Did
where's all the
anyone-
hustle and bustle?
Is there, like, anyone on, like, guards or anything?
Yes, there are guards throughout patrolling. I just didn't put a million of them on the map.
Just kind of
Okay.
an initial question before we speak to anybody. Are there any, like, notices put up or anything that would denote any sort of, like, news in town that would point towards this?
There are notices involving a curfew. That everyone must be indoors before nightfall.
Does it have any, like, due to?
Recent attacks.
Right.
Or
They
what
don't
kind of
believe that
attacks?
an army of vampires is coming to their city, but they're putting up a curfew because of night attacks.
That's what I was thinking too.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they just don't want people to panic. That seems like the kind of thing a government would do for their people.
Well, but we
Vacate
did
the
hear
medicines.
that the vampires were attacking more and doing more things out in the open from the Foo Fighters and all of that, so it's very possible that this might be that.
Containment policy, I guess. Kind of what Bulls is saying.
Maybe our
That
friends
some
in the
people
high
know, but-
chairs
Mm-hmm.
That
Oh.
reminds me, Arapsis, you have a note from the Foo Fighters that you met. A like brief letter of introduction for the branch of Foo Fighters that are here. The 4 members that are listed are Ruffy, Giles, Willa, and Spook. Wenrish,
Yes.
you notice one of the guards nearby kind of watching the party as you pass by, especially you with the fidgeting.
Nope. Just pulling, head down, following the guards. Just part of the escort.
Do I notice that too?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna walk up to that guard and, in Elvish, like, remembering as best I can my Orthad accent, it's kind of like, hey, I've been out of town a while. What's all going on here?
Disappearances. People being taken. Even the daughter of the High Oracle herself, the head Oracle herself. She has been missing for some weeks now. And also noble children. Not just Quinn Elendor. So, for the safety of the city and its residents, the High Chair has enacted a curfew.
Makes sense.
The disappearances seem to be perpetrated at night, most often.
Is it just kind of any age group, or mostly noble children?
There has been a great number of noble children, but no, not just nobles.
Okay.
A variety of people, but we're looking at upwards of 20 people have gone missing.
How long has this been going on?
About a month.
And are we getting reports every night, or is it kind of...
No, it...
now and then?
Some nights are... nothing happens, but... Citrini is very concerned. Oh, the population. Ooh. That's a good question.
I didn't want to interrupt.
Yep. The high chair is very concerned about protecting her people and making sure that everyone stays safe. So we're keeping a close eye on any newcomers to the city. But you said you're from here, so we're not so worried about you.
Yeah, been out a while. I heard talk of vampires.
What's a vampire?
Night creature, bloodsucker.
Sounds dangerous. I haven't seen one of those, no. But
Can I insight him?
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, that's not great.
Yeah, he generally doesn't seem to know what a vampire is.
Hmm.
He's just a guard that's probably, for somebody a
It's
little more
above his
educated.
payroll.
Above his pay grade and education.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, you see someone with kind of long teeth, just, call some reinforcement. They're dangerous.
Will do. You be safe now.
You too. I can go back to the group. I have read the information that I got from that.
He really didn't know what a vampire was. I guess I didn't know what a vampire was until a couple of days ago, so that makes sense.
Then again, girls are more hired for their brawn than their brains.
Mm-hmm. That's for sure.
Wait, Dustin, aren't you a guard?
I'm also
Okay.
not very bright. I'm more strong than knowledgeable.
I think you have a kind of wisdom all your own, my friend.
Oh. Thanks. Heck, Del, you're definitely on the wiser side, so I trust you.
Lars is very wise, but he remembers.
How long has it been since we got here at this point? It's not that long, right?
No, it's been
Okay.
at
A
most
matter
an
of
hour.
minutes.
Oh, because my disguise self is an hour.
Oh, okay. That's we'll
So
say
I
like
was gonna say,
we'll
maybe
say
we
like
should
20
get
minutes.
moving.
20 minutes.
Okay. Yeah.
All of a sudden, poof of smoke like a Naruto character.
You gotta look up towards the sky to get like time idea. Like we should probably get moving a bit. I don't really want to, lose the look in front of the guards.
Yeah, let's get someplace that's a little safer for all of us to spend our time.
All right, I'm gonna move you guys down to the entrance of the high chair's house.
All right, fine. We'll shop afterwards.
As you reach the entrance, there are canopies of beautiful red silks, flanking either side of the entrance to the House of the High Chair. Guards patrolling the borders. You can smell spice and flowers and all sorts of things that you wouldn't expect. The spice, yes, but the flowers. A stronger scent than you would expect in the desert.
There's one thing that seems to stand out to me about what they were saying, though. 20 attacks.
Over just a month.
Well, I guess that's the part that's concerning then, because I can't help but question that most of the attacks have been extremely targeted upon the noble class in a population of around 25,000. Those numbers are a bit skewed to be targeted.
Well, if you're gonna take a city, the best way to do it would be getting some hostages.
What if they're converting the children?
That's also an option. Hostages, or just turn children, let them loose, and have them turn their parents.
Well, maybe not even that. Why? We're thinking in the short term for that. Why worry about the ruling class now if you control the entire next generation?
That's a good point.
It's not like they're pressed for time.
Exactly. Maybe something to keep in mind.
I still don't understand why Justine would disregard the warnings. Something doesn't sit well with that.
A lot of it doesn't sit quite right yet. There's a
Hmm.
lot we have to learn.
Well,
But for God's sakes, they haven't even heard of vampires here, the gods. I mean, what use is that going to be? We need to speak to people with some power, some authority.
well, I mean, I kind of gesture towards the gates in front of us. I
Exactly.
guess let's get it from the horse's mouth.
And that's why you have to ask them those questions. Go!
All right.
Great.
The entrance is in this direction.
I can't talk here.
The spirits of nature will guide you in your conversation. Huzzah.
Let's hope it goes well.
You've got
I
1 minute to
believe-
plead your case.
Quick one.
You got this.
Force the guidance counselor.
You got this, bud. I believe in you. That is
Washing.
actually what he says every time he casts guidance.
Just run in, say the whole thing within a minute.
I think if you start talking while you have the guidance cast on you, even if what you say takes more than a minute, it's customary to give them the 1d4. Right,
I'm
DM?
absolutely just going to be the guy pointing and giving like a thumbs up the whole time he talks.
As soon as he stops talking, then you pat him on the back
Yes.
and cast guidance, and then they go, any additional questions? And that's when you get the 1d4.
I love it.
I would like a 1d4 and starting a slow clap.
Well, I guess we go in
Nice.
then?
Critical fail. You're applauding by yourself.
That's how it always goes.
Oh my.
Fucking done.
Coming up with puns in between typing up notes.
Right as Rapsis looks at all of like the rugs and pillows right as she walks through and goes, "If you're walking into an orgy, don't take your pants off immediately."
Well, that's not helping.
I thought the general rule was don't make eye contact.
No, don't be the first.
Don't be the first to make eye contact. Got it.
Don't be suspicious. Don't be
Don't be
suspicious.
Secret tunnel.
Through the
Oh, the
city.
mountain.
What is happening?
Chaos.
Chaos! I should expect
What is happening? Don't ask us. We don't know.
ADD musical time.
Yep.
Honestly, nerd, you know us. Do you expect anything less?
No, I don't.
You have gathered us here, and you have asked for what you are getting.
I'm fully aware.
Be thankful it
third up?
wasn't has-been hotel music, so.
You'll
mean it's
run,
not a happy
you
day in hell?
deserve, baby.
Be thankful I'm not playing Shiv's ancestor.
Stabby, 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 stabby. Alright, you guys are headed in?
Yes.
I am hanging out in the very back.
Yes, those of us that are more of the pointy persuasion or hanging out towards the back of the conversation.
All right. As you enter the courtyard of the House of the High Chair, you see a couple pens of camels meandering and munching away on some plants. A large wading pool lies in front of you, and you see past the wading pool is the entrance to the High Chair's chambers.
So is the waiting pool the equivalent of a waiting room?
Wading. I mean, you could go and hang out in the pool. I don't know how well they take to that.
Only one way to find out. Cannonball!
What are the guards doing?
The guards
Yeah,
are watching
howdy.
you as you enter. They're just keeping an eye on you.
Oh no, I'm sorry. The escort, the elven.
Oh, they're
Escort.
headed straight for this door here.
Okay, just walking along behind them.
Yep. Just following with them.
March in step. One of them. One of them. Don't look over here.
Alright. The guards flanking either side of the entrance stop you, Uldren, before you enter.
Mhm.
Now, the High Chair has been dealing with some conflict of late. Is there any business that we should know about before you see her?
Well, we're bringing the body of what was it? Of
Tristan Elendor.
yeah, Tristan Elendor. I believe we're expected.
They step aside and allow you passage. You enter and you see a slim sun elf, hair piled high on her head, tight features, looking at you with a look of curiosity. Justine Elendor, who Uldren you would recognize from the past, stands to her right, whispers to the High Chair. High Chair looks at you, nods her head. Justine leans back, and Citrini addresses you. So, you are the ones that have returned with the remains of Justine's son. Please tell us what happened exactly.
Uldren, wait, remember the letter.
Yes. I'm gonna raise my hands to just show, because there's a bunch of wild girls around. I don't want them to get the wrong idea. Just raising my hands, and I'll drop the disguise self.
Citrini seems unfazed. It is natural for you to disguise yourself given where you came from. We've been expecting you. Where is the rest of your companions?
Aldrin is kind of like taking a second, like I thought they were following the thing, and looks back, like gesturing them to come closer.
and to cautiously walk up, sticking to the way up.
Also, Kate, I think Dan
Oh.
doesn't have dark vision for the map.
Oh, my bad.
Proper vision.
I can't see.
He's legally blind.
You have to raise the visor some. No, the other way. No.
I could see everything
is
within
your-
10
That
feet.
would mean
but...
Wenrish can't either.
Ah.
Hold on.
Why is your helmet backwards?
Oh, look at the colors.
There you go.
The colors, Duke. The colors.
Shapes and colors, wow.
Colorblind kid.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
So I'm so happy that somebody also got that joke. Though. So where is everybody? Oh, all the way over there.
Yep. So please tell us what became of Tristan. Justine speaks up and goes, I foresaw my son's downfall, but not the details. I knew he may not return to me as he once was, but this is more than I could foresee. What happened?
Always kind of like visibly like debating, like how blunt should I be about this? Like he literally asked them. Like,
Oh, okay.
how
I thought
blunt
you.
we
I
should
thought.
be.
Sorry. I thought you were speaking out of character.
Okay.
Please spare no details. We need to know exactly what we're dealing with. You sent to us for aid and sent back a body.
Well, let's just start with you're gonna want a closed casket. My companion Arabsis and I went to check on the automaton that we asked assistance with because it seemed our compound was under attack, and when we arrived, we found Tristan trying to take control of it, and the magic he tried to control backfired and exploded his head.
I see. Well, that is unfortunate. Tristan was a foolish boy, but he meant well. Always trying to do what he thought was best for Orthad and his family, and not necessarily for himself.
And as Winwish reminded me, I'm gonna slowly reach in so that, again, the guards don't fucking skewer me or anything, and just pull out the letter that Justin had written and kind of hand it to her, kind of like in a way of, can I approach to give it back? Or.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just walk up and hand it back to her and then step back again.
She takes it, reads it. You see a single tear trail down her face. She regains her composure, and there is a matter that we may need your help with in the coming days. Just as I foresaw Tristan's downfall, I also foresaw a group that may be able to be our salvation. The city has been under attack, or so we think. By what, we don't know, but people have gone missing in the night, especially children, and this worries the High Chair.
Is that Citrine or Justine
Justine.
saying that?
That's
Okay.
Justine telling that.
I don't want to seem impertinent, but I have 2 points to raise here. The first one being that your son burned down a few of our buildings in his attempt to cover his tampering with the automaton, which is a little hard to see how that supports our cause. The second point being that we crossed paths with a seer on our way here who told us about having visions of Orthad being attacked by night creatures, like vampires. And you disregarded her warnings, yet now the city has been under curfew for about a month because of night attacks.
Justine and Citrini exchange glances, and Justine bows her head. To be perfectly frank, I too have had such visions, but we didn't want to panic the people. We're trying to do what we can to save as many as we can, but inciting a panic does nothing but cause chaos. We don't want our people fleeing. It could be even more dangerous outside of the city walls than it is in. Many of those that have gone missing are those that have traveled outside of the city gates. We've had no attacks in the city itself, but we are trying to keep a hold of those that are still here.
Can I incite that on the whole no attacks inside the city?
Yes.
Come on, don't fuck me. God, fucking damn it.
Seems straightforward to you?
Also want to point out, you've got a big ank egg problem out there as well. So it seems like you've got two problems, really.
Ank eggs come from time to time, but we've dealt with them in the past. Future should be no different.
Does the name Bakarin ring any bells?
Roll me insight again.
Come on. I have to get a good fucking roll this time.
You see Justine's eye twitch.
Spirits of nature guide you in your insight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I forgot about that. What?
Wow.
Jesus fucking Christ. Why am I the one rolling tonight?
Now it's time for that slow clap.
Right.
I'm melting.
Can we turn on karmic dice so that it balances out?
Uh,
Fuck me.
I think since you are here, it may be time to tell you what I've seen. Citrini nods to Justine as, like, carry on. Like, go ahead. Justine, you watch as her eyes go milky white. As the sun sets over Orthad, shadows whisper cosmic unrest. Celestial harmony falters in the embrace of night, stars losing their brilliance and the moon casting a forbidden crimson glow. Sunlight wanes, veiled, leaving vulnerability in its wake. Elusive figures, harbingers of malevolence, traverse the shadows, heralding an impending darkness. The symbolic sun eclipses, laying the city bare. Chaos ignites. Fire, rage, and despair permeates. A blood-red hue stains the air, marking a critical juncture. Her eyes return to normal. I am left with an overwhelming sense of impending catastrophe. Something worse than these attacks are coming. This Baccarin of which you speak. They were a warrior long, long ago. They have not been seen for many years. Eons. They sought immortality. They were once revered for their grace and beauty. But obsession with immortality overtook them. They did terrible, terrible things, but have not been seen for some time. If you think Baccarin has anything to do with this, you may be in graver danger than we may be in greater danger than we anticipated.
Well, the vampires we fought definitely thought they were heralding his arrival.
That is grave
Also,
news.
I have to say, I get the containment policy, not panicking people, but you're basically putting them in more danger by not telling them what the danger is. If people can be prepared for something, they can defend properly. If they don't know, this is only going to cause more issues. I mean, one of the guards I spoke to out there didn't even know what a vampire is.
Most people here don't,
Citrini replies.
they are good people, but many naive to the world outside of our walls. Most have lived here their entire lives. Something as unnatural as a vampire may be hard to explain to them. But I will take this into consideration. And do you have any suggestions of how we could prepare ourselves? I'm willing to listen.
I'm gonna whisper to the side and when this is going on. Bulls, I don't know enough about natural events. Is there any sort of blood moon or something that would account for this?
Um, blood moon.
You know, they described the moon a lot and then kind of a blood air about it. I don't know, just made me think about some sort of blood moon and weird vampire shit, you know?
Yeah, it's just some weird vampire shit I might know with a knowledge of nature check.
Yeah.
Does anything that she's describing match up with the druidic lore that I might know as a sage?
The Blood Moon Eclipse happens once every 50 years. There's one due to happen in roughly a month's time.
Well, her sort of prophecy there kind of lines up with, yeah, that's gonna think there's a blood moon coming up next month.
That wading pool would be a perfect size for that fish.
Oh. I am picking up what you're putting down. We gotta go get that fish. We gotta put it in that wading pool. And then we'll have as much holy water as we need to fight off all them vampires. I like this plan a lot.
You should tell them about the blood moon balls.
Oh! Hey! Y'all weren't listening to the conversation we were having back here. You know there's a blood moon next month. Does that, have anything to do with your prophecy that you just prophesied? Think that lines up appropriately?
It would make sense, yes. The Blood Moon Eclipse would usher
I don't know these-
in a new, potentially darker chapter for Thadanor.
Spooky
I'm
things
Boris, by
happen.
the way. What's your name?
Justine.
Justine. Nice to meet you. So what's all this about a dark age?
If you are correct, the Blood Moon Eclipse could... Something is... It sounds like something is bound to happen on or because of the Blood Moon Eclipse. We would appreciate any guidance to confront the looming threat, and your help in this endeavor would be greatly appreciated and rewarded.
Want us to bring you a magic fish? We could do that.
You,
Might
s-
help.
you speak of the oasis fish.
Sure.
It exists.
We crossed paths with one of them a couple days ago.
You
Citri-
you guys
Citri-
want
Go
us
ahead.
to bring you the magic fish?
If that is doable, does it so how?
DM question real quick.
Mhm.
Is there running water in Orthad?
No.
Okay. That would have been a great way. We just put the fish over the fucking like water cistern, and just all the water in Orthad is now holy water.
I'm gonna have to relearn my cantrips, but I could solve this problem very easily. 5
Wait a
feet at a time.
Are you telling me the answer is a river?
Mother of God.
I mean, if we make a moat around the city,
A moat is just a round river around a town.
yeah.
In the end, Boris was right all along.
Well, we're gonna have to grind until I gain another level so I learn another cantrip. But, you know, cross that bridge when we come to it.
The
Well,
Foo Fighters were defending the oasis fish. With their help, we could try and bring it back here.
if you think this is possible, I would greatly appreciate any help in saving my people.
One more thing. We're gonna need some kind of safe passage type of deal for our friends. And I point back towards the group. Kind of like looking at everyone's reaction. They're tieflings.
You see Justine curl her lip, but Citrini's face doesn't change.
Mm-hmm.
We can make that happen. Please, make yourselves at home here in Orthad, and we will see that no harm comes to you. If you should cross us, it will be a different story.
Okay, I'm getting mixed signals. We just offered you our help that you were asking for, and now you're threatening us.
No, I'm just saying, should you yourselves turn out to be a threat to my people, I will come for you. But in the meantime, as you seem to be friendly and forthcoming, you are safe here.
Good.
Well, I have much to discuss with my advisors and generals, so if you are in need of any supplies in capturing, herding, whatever it is you need to do with the oasis fish to bring it here, let me know.
Well, we're gonna need you to start building some aqueducts. Probably gonna be a pretty large scale project. Yeah, I don't think you've got time for that. What about a big fish tank?
Oh, I mean, 25,000 people could be motivated if they knew what's on the line.
Yeah.
Have a little aquarium in the middle of the desert. That sounds like a tourist attraction.
Could be good
Yeah,
for the
you
town's
know,
economy.
I will put
once the
my
danger
best.
passes.
I will put my best engineers on the task in designing these aqueducts, moat as you call it, and the fish tank.
How are we getting the fish here, guys?
Oh, I guess we find the Foo Fighters and chat with them about that.
I mean, the fish had to get into that pond somehow.
Well, I think it's sort of more of a metaphysical fish, come to think of it.
From what I recall of the legends, the oasis moves with the fish.
Alright, we just need you to clear enough space in the middle of town for one oasis.
I think we can clear Executioner's Square for that. We have, in light
See,
of
we're
the
making
in light of the attacks, the square has fallen into disuse.
we're making the town better already.
Targeted rebranding.
Considering our backgrounds, would it be too much to ask for some leniency from the shepherds?
I think I can arrange that.
I think by leniency, you mean the shepherds don't know that we're here.
That, and, you know, they don't put our heads on spikes because we can cast. I mean, they have an entire corner of the city. It's going to be difficult to
They go
go
on another
around
mission?
without.
They should maybe go on a mission far away.
Well, the vampires did just disappear into thin air. That sounds like magic to me. Maybe the shepherds should investigate those magic practitioners.
I think I can find something for them to investigate while you are working.
I'd recommend a
I've made
full
it.
frontal assault.
I've not made a habit of hiding my disdain for Nymorn, and any excuse to take Maracata down a peg or two, I'll take it.
Quick question, because you mentioned the people who were attacked were outside the city walls.
Some of them, yes. Others have gone
From what
missing in the
we've
night.
heard, quite a few of the people who were taken are noble children. Is this a new thing of letting children wander outside the walls?
The children are the ones who went missing in the night, but as far as we're aware, they were either wandered outside the walls or someone led them out.
Insight check.
Do it. She's not
Rolled above and
sure
ten.
what happened to the children.
Oh. That's Justine or Citrine?
Both.
Okay. I'm not going to. How can I word this? I'm not going to hide the fact that I can tell they're sort of bullshitting it, but I'm not going to make it very obvious that everyone can see.
Okay.
I'm just going to kind of give it like a knowing look, I guess. Because like, Uldren is still like, your fucking son burned a few of our buildings to try and hide his shit, and you're talking about us not crossing you, and now you're not telling us the whole fucking deal. Like, what the fuck? But respectfully. Respectfully. What the fuck?
Respectfully, the fuck, bitch.
Respectfully,
Yep.
what the fuck is up with that?
Yeah.
So
What's
there,
up with that?
I would like to make a perception check to see if, like, I notice anything, like, in their body language that would cause me to be suspicious.
Okay. No. Not in this case.
Okay.
They're nobles, politicians. Not always known for being the most forthcoming.
So I'm a little. I feel like I would be naturally suspicious anyway, but I'm just gonna leave it at that.
Alright. Citrini dismisses Justine, who leaves out this door.
I'm gonna visibly, like, not hiding it in any way, following, like, watching her like a hawk walk out the door over there. Like, her whole hiding shit and, like, her visible disdain at the fact that, like, our friends are tieflings, and just, like, I don't like you. Like, not even trying to hide it at this point.
I have business to attend to, so please, if you need to stay at the boarding house, there will be no fee. Otherwise, stay where you like. If you need to investigate or interrogate, not interrogate, what is the word I'm looking for? Question anyone, feel free to do so. You have my authority.
Is there, like, paper or badge that would prove that? Because, all due respect, I don't think saying we have your authority to question people would necessarily work that well on everyone.
She pulls some paper and stuff out of a drawer and writes out a letter and stamps it with a wax seal and hands it to you.
Oh. Take that and kind of give, like, a bow and if she doesn't say anything else, I'll just
She
walk back to the
she
group.
nods her head.
Alright. I'll just walk back to the group.
All right.
How'd it
Well.
go in there, buddy?
Well, we have an official letter of we can question people. She's offering
That's like
free
a
stay at the
badge.
boarding. a badge would have been more useful, honestly. But well, you two should be fine. Maybe give it a minute or two so word can kind of go out. She offered us free stay at the boarding house. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not really comfortable with that. We can. It's been a while, but we can try and see if we can stay at my house.
You gotta
Or
have.
at least where I grew up.
Oh my god, bunk beds?
Gonna have a sleepover at Uldren's house.
Bunk beds should
Sleepover!
still be there. Yeah.
I'm all for a safe environment to sleep.
I could make us some mushroom
Without
omelets
having-
for breakfast.
So,
Are they the
I-
good kind of
I guess
mushrooms?
my question in all of that, so what is the next step that you got from them?
We're gonna bring back the oasis fish. Is pretty much the next step at this point.
Oh,
So I
seems
guess
like a large haul.
they said that they were going to make some arrangements in town. We can check with the Foo Fighters.
Well, I imagine they might be the most fitting to have something to figure out how to transport that. If
Mhm.
Bors doesn't have some sort of druidic way of doing so.
I could do it, but it would take a while. We do technically have a month, but I don't know if we've got that kind of time.
Just go right now. Get out of the city, away from the shepherds.
Well, the shepherds should be sent on a mission. Hopefully, they're going to be sending them after the vampires because, I mean, the vampires were
Directly.
they were
Definitely
kind of
send
doing magic, so
Well, I do have a letter of introduction with the local Foo Fighters here. We could try to speak with them about trying to procure some sort of transportation for the oasis fish that might be a bit faster.
We would also need a more efficient way of communicating with it.
What language did it speak again?
Fishy face.
Okay, so glub glub.
I think I can try talking to it. I'm not sure. Because I don't know. Did you use speak with animals to try and talk to it?
Yes.
It did
Yeah.
not work.
Didn't
It,
work.
Okay.
it
Never
just
mind then.
kind of clubbed. It didn't even speak animal, right?
More like
Yeah, I
a
didn't remember what this one
elemental
was.
spirit than a physical
Mhm.
animal.
We would either need to probably either speak Aquan or have some sort of ability to, like a commune ritual or something, maybe. I don't
Mhm.
know. Actually, I don't know. Hey,
Telepathy?
DM.
Yeah.
don't
That's
have anything
something
like that.
that a nature check might figure out.
Sure.
Or maybe an
Anybody
arcana
have,
check
like,
from somebody else.
The ability to speak in
Yeah,
tongues.
you're not sure.
Well, they
But
seem to know something about it, the fish. Maybe they know what it speaks. Or they think they know what it speaks.
it speaks interpretive dance. Arapsis, you recognize this as the elemental language of primordial.
I think that's primordial? But I don't speak that.
Thank you.
Pop rocks.
Pop rocks.
Penis joke.
There it is.
I thought it was going to be respectful penis joke. No lie.
All the parties in my mouth.
Your mouth's much bigger than I thought.
I can hold a lot.
Oh, you guys are killing me. Alright, you guys were headed to talk to the Foo Fighters that I didn't make tokens for, so we're just gonna pretend they exist. Let's do... Did I... Oh, I didn't upload it. I thought I had a Theater of the Mind map. Okay, hold on, what did I just do? There it goes.
What
I
did you
accidentally reloaded the map, and I was like, ah, everything is black.
What have you done?
What have you done? Alright, so let me zoom out and figure out where you guys need to go.
Foo Fighter's house looks amazingly just like the high chair.
We'll say that they're over here at the tavern. Across from the entrance to the high chair's house.
Whee!
For those of us who aren't really clued in, who are the Foo Fighters?
Was the mercenaries we spoke to at the tavern caravan that got us to help with the oasis fish, as far as I remember.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
they're the best, and also my hero, so...
Academia? Nope, never mind.
Slow clap.
Thank you.
Watch them as they
I
go.
made an
That
I
just-
made
that
an
just
anime
feels-
reference. Go me.
That just feels like a pretender, though.
Thank you.
Just remember that they don't want to be your monkey wrench.
That's true. But you know, watch him as he goes. Anyway, you guys were entering the tavern.
So yes, I don't know what to really expect of this group. I mean, the last group just really seemed to be trying to report kind of the problems and helping out, hold back the darkness, if you will, or all the food.
Hopefully they give us even more food.
Is this the entrance? Looks like a stage.
Well, all the world is one sometimes.
Okay.
Gotta be a door somewhere.
It's right. It is right. Oh, I just closed it. It's right there. You can still see, right?
It's still daytime.
I can see about 10 feet in front of me if I close my eyes.
Well, you can tell the position of other creatures within 10 feet of you. But can
Yeah.
you tell buildings?
I'm now just really going to imagine Dustin as the, like, all right, time for the ultimate move, and just starts whirlwinding their arms. I can only see for 10 feet. Walk into me.
I cast mosh pit.
Alright, you enter the tavern, music is playing, there's a musician up on stage, as you enter. It doesn't seem to be terribly busy. There's a couple tables of people and a bartender behind the bar.
I guess I'll approach the bartender. Hello. I'm not quite sure I'm in the right place, but, I'm looking for the Foo Fighter representatives here.
Oh, right behind you. And points to this table over here.
Ah, thank you very much.
They appear to be playing a game of poker.
Can I tell who's winning?
The halfling. I'm sorry, gnome. She's a gnome.
Well, this seems to be a one-sided game. Hello, my heroes. How are you doing this afternoon, day? What time is it?
It is day. It's about midday.
Good day.
Hello. Can we help you?
I'm going to produce the document that was given to me for missive. Well, I helped out some previous Foo Fighters with a bit of initiative, and funny enough, we find ourselves needing to go back to the same creatures. So we thought, why not seek out the Foo Fighters again?
Oh, the oasis fish. Yes. The away team are normally the ones that take care of that, but we can. What can we do to help you with the fish?
Well, well, gosh, some of this. How up are you on reports for the rest of the Foo Fighters? I guess.
Well, we haven't heard from anyone in a while, but normally we take care of things here in town.
All right. Well, there's been increasing vampire attacks from what they told us. They've been a bit exploratory beyond their natural means. And that's actually what we found, was vampires that were attacking the oasis fish. And, well, it seems that might be what's occurring here in town as well, is more vampire attacks. And, well, it just so happens that there's this blood moon coming, and, well, we were going to bring the oasis fish here.
You watch as this one pulls out a book and starts flipping through it. You see on the pages a drawing of the oasis fish with a bunch of like notations made around it. Yes. Well, now it would seem the oasis fish produces holy water, which is the vampires have made attacks on it before, but it normally happens during a full moon. It is when the oasis fish is most vulnerable, and we've seen no evidence of vampires here. There have been no reports of blood at the scenes of the disappearances.
I mean, yes. Wouldn't the lack of it be more of nature?
I mean,
they're messy eaters.
True.
I mean, that seems like the sort of thing I would be checking for vampires. Is like, not instead of, oh, there's blood everywhere, there's absolutely no blood anywhere.
I agree. That does seem pretty suspicious.
And all the attacks
The lack of
happened at
evidence
night.
of vampires is exactly the evidence for vampires. I love it.
That's us. We're now the conspiracy theory vampire people.
Well, obviously, you wouldn't see the vampires. They can turn into bats. Have you seen any bats? Well, there you go.
No bats. No bats. But we have seen clouds of red mist out in the distance beyond the walls. But they never seem to come too close, and we haven't gone to investigate it ourselves. Not yet.
In which direction?
To the north.
Hey, Chad Onatrix, can vampires turn into a cloud of red mist?
Yep!
I thought so. Yep, sounds like that's vampires, alright.
Ruffy, I think this is this is your call. You're the expert. Points to this one here. She starts pulling wooden stakes out of a bag. Well, looks like I'll have to put these into use again. I have yet to actually kill a vampire, but I try.
Have you?
I've been training really hard. I've been preparing to kill vampires. I just have yet to actually, encounter one.
Well,
Uldren has a very clear face of what the fuck.
I pat him on the back.
We're kind of, foo fighters in training. We don't have a lot of field experience yet.
Look, they're the best around. They're never gonna really keep us down, though, so it's okay.
How long ago did your order form? When were the Foo Fighters created?
About 50 years ago?
Okay, where are the senior members?
They're in Riversmeet. And the away team are the other senior members, and they follow the fish. That's their job. We all have our own assignments.
Right.
If they follow the fish, as in the fish can move?
As far as we're aware, yeah.
Is there a way to convince it to follow a person? Or a particular path? Is there a way to guide it?
Oh, that's a good question. The one with the book starts flipping through his notes.
Is there a favorite food or something?
It seems to like cactus blossoms a lot. Otherwise, I don't know. Does it eat? It's kind of been there for so long, and it doesn't say anything about food in here.
Cactus blossoms, you say? Well, I can think of something that just might work.
It seems to be drawn to areas with high concentrations of cactus blossoms. It's where it tends to rest, it seems.
Where the boars?
So perhaps we don't need to convince it to come with us so much as convince the high chair to embark on a beautification project, perhaps?
We're gonna improve this city so much. We're gonna fill the old executioner square with cactus blossoms and bring a magic fish there. We're really gonna do some good for this town.
tourism will boom.
I can't tell if this is an
Crime rate will
awesome
go up.
plan or from a children's fairy tale.
Maybe it's both.
More shepherds will come.
And then they'll try to kill the fish because it's magical.
Well, they should be going after vampires. We just have to make sure that vampires are not near the fish.
Now, I've got a bold suggestion.
Mhm.
But hold on, this is maybe not for us to discuss around this. You guys go back to your conversation.
Ignore us!
Ignore. Would it not be in our best interest to make things more dangerous for the shepherds that are going out there?
Yeah, screw this town. Let's bring it back to the camp.
I mean,
Well,
you
I wasn't
know,
going to come
if
out and say it, but Wenrish is making a good point.
if the shepherds happen to be between us and the vampires, that puts them between a rock and a hard place.
We agreed to do this though for them here, and we should at least attempt to believe them in their extent of good faith. That
Right.
as long as we're working with them, that the shepherds and others won't move against us.
And
I'm just saying we dropped off the body. That's the extent to which we owed them, but I suppose.
But we're
And we
I
alerted
mean, I
them
hate
to
to
a...
say it, but our camp is not the one being attacked.
Yet.
Yes.
I do have family here. I would rather not have them die, even though it's been a while since I saw them.
Are they interested in relocating?
But I mean, really, it's so. I guess to put this simply, if we take the fish after saying this, we're the bad guys. We're the ones going against our agreement. We're the ones taking away the safety that we presented to them and keeping it for our own gain.
Okay, no, you won me over. Yeah, Wenrish, that is a step too far, actually. They make a good point.
Mm,
Sorry. Now, I'm not opposed to making things harder for the shepherds to complete their task,
Don't
whatever
get me
it may
wrong.
be.
If we were being attacked as well and this was fair game, all bets are off. But it's not.
they weren't very kind to you, though.
Unfortunately, few are. That's just a part of the game.
Don't get me wrong. When I said that if the shepherds were between us and the vampires, them being between a rock and a hard place, I just mean boo-hoo. Too bad for them. They're not gonna get our help, and possibly the opposite.
So, let's be magical children and bring a magical goldfish and cactus flowers to this town.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Uldren is just kind of like, it really hasn't been that long since we spoke to Citrine and Justine. I'm not sure the word has gone out quite yet that, you know, we're cool in town.
Got it. Wait a day, and then flowers everywhere.
Yeah.
It's very simple. If they stop us from doing flowers everywhere, then they get no flowers. That seems fair.
Precisely.
Because, I mean, it seems like the simplest course of action would be to create a bait and then try to find it and goad it towards it.
I mean, Balls, you can probably make some cactus blossoms, right?
I can. Let's just put it this way. If I wanted to move 25 feet around out of character and then cast Druidcraft again to create another flower blossom for it to follow, we could slowly walk the fish 25 feet at a time at a walking pace back to town.
Make a path of lotus blossoms like that.
Well, I don't
Easy
know
it back to town.
if perhaps I might be able to assist in this venture, but my particular gifts are specific on vines, plants, and their growth.
Borsix mushrooms!
Just as I entangled the bandits that were assailing us before, I don't know if perhaps that same magic might be able to be changed into something a bit more specific to this locale and to making that type of vegetation. You're more skilled in druidic magic to understand the depths of it. It's kind of a newer thing for me.
Well, any druidic magic generally takes on the form of the place that you're in. The same spells that can be used to conjure vines in the woods and grasslands can be used to conjure cactuses and in these warmer climes. I don't see why not. That could be worth a shot.
So we might be able to combine our powers then to attempt to create something, then expand it exponentially. See
As
if
it
maybe that
were.
can do something.
A sort of combination of an entangle and a wither and bloom spell. To put it in out of game terms.
Yes, you picking up what I'm putting down.
I am picking up what you're putting down.
And Wish looks around. Yeah.
You notice that some people the other people at the other table and the bartender are kind of watching you guys interact, especially at any mention of magic.
See, this is why the shepherds hate us, man. Because we can get shit done.
And I'm sitting there with like hand gestures the whole time, like boom, and then
Druidic society has shown us one thing, and that is that a society that truly embraces magic will always be superior to societies that shun it.
Okay, so before we leave then, Ruffy, was it?
Yeah?
Where could we perhaps meet you when we are going to try and get to the fish and make sure that vampires are not coming after us?
Meet us at the night market.
I just
Uldren,
give a nod of
where that
like,
is.
I can get us there. It's not too far.
Great. Wonderful. We'll find you there. So then, to get away from prying eyes, I believe, Uldren, you had family you were going to introduce us to.
Yay.
I want to meet your dad.
I'm sure you do.
Alright.
The male role model that really formed you must be an interesting fellow.
Company! Hooray! Finally, someone to listen to my stories!
Yay, Raiders, welcome in.
Woo!
Hey, Lissal, thank you for the raid. I don't know why that sound alert's not working. Oh, because I don't have it on this.
Oh.
Thanks for the resub!
You broke it.
Alright, let's get you guys over to Uldren's place. Da 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 da.
I'm gonna guide the group through like alleys and such rather than the main streets.
Yeah.
Even if it's like, especially since it's quieter than normal.
Are we going to see your childhood home? Like your childhood bedroom?
Hold on, I'm getting you there.
Oh, let's see about the home first.
Alright, you guys are now down here.
Boop!
I'm gonna knock on the door, I guess.
No one answers. However, the door swings open. Like, and you notice that the door looks like it was kicked in.
I pull out one of my swords. Then slowly walk in.
The place seems to be fairly clean, but empty. The a chair overturned seems to be the only thing out of place. And as you walk through the door, you also see a letter sitting on a table with your name on it. In your father's handwriting.
I'm definitely keeping an eye out on like everywhere around if there's anything like about to jump at me or anything.
Okay.
But I'll walk towards the letter.
I sent you the contents of that letter.
Mm-hmm.
We all see this when we come up.
Mm-hmm.
Can I make a survival check to try and look for any sort of like telling signs as to kind of reading the room and understanding like what happened here? If it was a break-in that we're seeing, a rush grab and go.
Yeah, go for it. It looks like somebody kicked in the door and dragged somebody out.
Can I tell what direction it went from there?
South.
Uldren, how many people stayed here?
I think Uldren doesn't even hear Arab says at first. Kind of just like Uldren just like sits down and like puts the letter down after reading it,
I would start looking for pictures.
You see pictures of an older sun elf male with 3 children. 2 female, 1 male, the male being older.
This is what they do. This is what they do. This is what they do. They just come in and they take you, and then they take you, and then you're gone, and no one knows where you went, and then all of a sudden, then there's fire. You don't do what they want you to do, and then there's fire, and then this is what they do.
Uldren.
No one can stop them. This is they're just everywhere. They're everywhere, and they're too powerful, and they come in and they do what they
Uldren.
want. Just,
What does it say?
I would.
Well, apparently my father's in prison and my sisters were taken.
so no fish for this town.
Taken where?
And we find the prison.
Taken
I'm
where?
gonna hand Arabsis the letter so he can read it and just wherever the stars don't shine, whatever the fuck that's supposed to mean.
Uldren. I hate to say this, but your sister's being drawn to the night is very pointed.
I know.
Do you still trust the shepherds with the vampires?
If I'm being honest, I was kind of hoping that both problems would negate each other, but if they were taken by the vampires and they were turned, then
One step at a time. We can't go assuming every little step. Hell, at this point, we seem to be pointed towards taking out the head. So wouldn't that help if they had been turned?
I don't know.
Well, perhaps it's time that we begin finding out a bit more about vampires, and that this path becomes a bit more pressing for us. We are never very good at leaving things to the authorities, you know.
Len kind of just nods and he's listening, but he's also like his mind is going like 100 miles an hour of like trying to figure out different plans or ways to fix it, basically.
All right. So it appears that Uldren's sisters were potentially another victim of the vampires. Uldren's father was taken by the shepherds, it would seem, and is arrested. I don't believe and don't want to leave this vampire threat alone, but that's up to everyone else to decide as well.
If there's someone that
Uldren,
needs
how-
help, we'll help them.
Uldren, what do you think?
I think he's gonna like try to compose himself and kind of, as best he can right now, try to distance himself from the situation and kind of be like, "This is a job. Think about it like a job, kind of thing." And just we need more information. We need to figure out what happened exactly. We need to know more about vampires.
Luckily, we just enlisted a small individual that has been studying them their entire lives.
Uldren, roll me
Mhm.
investigation. At advantage, because this is your home.
Okay. Come on, dice.
Guidance. Oh!
Okay.
Wow!
Fucking opposites.
Wow!
Ooh.
The table has a secret compartment. And you find correspondence between your sisters and the Shadow Brokers. Involving the purchase of information from your sisters. And we will go ahead and pick it up there in 2 weeks.
Fuck.
God damn it.
Ba-dum,
Dun dun dun
ba-dum.
dun 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 dun.
You remember that leave it alone part?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Thank you everybody for coming. We're gonna go ahead and raid out to the Lishing Hour. We will be back with this crew in 2 weeks. Next week are the Shepherds. Everybody have a lovely night.